If we see a more aggressive Fed this year, wages go up, inflation goes up, maybe the Fed raises rates 4 or 5 times. Could the rally continue through that like in 1995?
Yeah, I think it will, but you'll get bigger corrections. So if you have the curve invert, the yield curve invert because the Fed is getting so aggressive, which is very possible. If you follow the Fed dot plot and you keep the 10-year around where it is, you're going to invert the curve in the third quarter. So typically you get a correction around that. But what we found is when the yield curve is flattening, Brian, it's actually a monster buy signal. So, 6 and 12 months after you've actually flattened from the initial 60 basis points, which we hit in November. So I think we got to be careful about getting too bearish because we've had a good year. The biggest problem I have in the market is I can't really find a lot of data or any that suggests, wow, this could get really bad really quick. However, that also provides an opportunity because the sentiment is so strong that you can have a quick pullback.
You said the level of bullishness high, and I'll see that and I'll raise you. Hedging on Wall Street from an equity perspective is at, if not an all-time low, close to it. People aren't short anything anymore. Everybody's on one side of that trade. And I know we've made that point before, but at what point does this become irrational or sloppy or even stupid?
Well, I think it's stupid see, here's the thing. We always get on in the media and we say, they can't get any better. And by deference, that means that we think that it's going to get worse. But that's not how it works. When you
can stay good for a long time.
It's not euphoric that leads to a market peak. It's when you're lifting the indices despite the negative economic and market news that's taking place underneath. The the advanced decline line is dropping. The small caps are underperforming. All these things start to happen, and people like me ignore it. That's when you're in trouble. The thing in this environment is there's no negative divergences. The advanced decline lines are making new highs. The leadership is still there. It's a pretty broad move. Trannies, small caps, everything's making a run. So yes, you have an opportunity to have a pullback. Honestly, I think it's going to happen, but you got to buy it. You got to buy it. You haven't even inverted the yield curve. Credit's still on fire.
Mm-hmm.
The fundamental backdrop's terrific, and earnings are going up. So that creates an environment for ultimate upside, not a time to get really defensive.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.